bonus news, everybody. Guys, today I finally have another episode of bonus news for you guys. This has been like the first time since the start of season 8 that we finally got some bonus news, but today we actually got some pretty spicy information. Of course, we are going to be talking about some in-game content stuff, some Twine Peaks difficulty scaling, and some tweaks and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be quite interesting. So of course we're going to be taking a look at Reddit, and there's also another post aside from the one that we're going to be talking about right here, and this is the release timing for the new update. It is time to bounce into battle. He's probably talking about the new Bunny Outlander. The update will be releasing at 5 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. But yeah, what we're here for today is the design chat regarding the Twine tweaks for the 24th of April. So let's go ahead and see exactly what Magis has to say about this. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Hey everyone, as mentioned in our most recent roadmap, we'll be making some adjustments to the top end of Twine Peaks in version 8.50. We've been keeping an eye on the discussions regarding the lack of more difficult content and agreed that it's time to make some changes. We'll be adding 5 new levels of difficulty to the end of Twine Peaks to give higher level players a bit more of a challenge. These missions will have a maximum power base level of 128 and will scale up with 4 times missions and mission alerts, just like missions do now. Our goal with this change is to start introducing harder content to save the world while also preparing you for battles yet to come. With harder difficulty comes better loot. In general, players will find that these new missions will favor tier 5 materials such as Sunbeam and Bright Core, more and more as they progress deeper into Twine. Players who are strong enough to take on these missions will also find themselves earning better loot from things like chests, mining nodes, mission rewards, and all that kind of stuff. These changes should help keep players an arsenal of leveled up schematics rather than being forced to craft down tier to save their higher grade materials. This is the first, keep in mind, he says first, this is the first iteration of changes we're making to bring you harder content. We have even more challenges coming in season 9 and even tougher battles coming later this year. Stay awesome, community. So that's very reassuring to actually know that it is only the first iteration and that of course they're going to be making more changes as time goes on. Now there was somebody on this thread that commented, Dr. Vinderman, and he had a whole write-up of stuff that he would like to see coming to this game, and of course you guys can read this. It is a little bit long, but you guys can, stop, you guys can read this. He's basically very concerned about how they're really going to be going about this and how he wants more stuff to come to the game aside from just harder missions that you can run in Twine Peaks. And so that's his comment right there. But Magis does respond to this, and he says this. He says, thanks for the write-up. I definitely appreciate the time that you put into your posts and comments. The team is fully aware of the desire for those types of things, and we're working on some really cool stuff that we're extremely excited to show everyone. We just can't share any more concrete details yet. Also, please keep in mind that this is the first iteration of changes that we'll be making to bring you harder content. We have some really cool stuff coming in season 9 as a start. So of course Magis says that he listened to what he said. Of course this person is talking about new mythic survivors, reroll tokens, and he's talking about modifications and vouchers and perk upgrades. And Magis, he's trying to make sure that he knows that they actually got some stuff up their sleeve, and I really hope that they have some really good stuff up their sleeve. Of course this is the first iteration of changes and I'm very excited for it. I think we've needed this kind of stuff for a very long time, but I'm actually very interested to see what exactly Epic Games is working on in terms of in-game content aside from just this normal basic stuff. But guys, that is pretty much it for the news. This is essentially going to be our first really good step into harder content, and for everybody that's been sitting in Twine Peaks and been bored, this should be a little bit of a something to spice things up. It'll encourage more trapping. It'll encourage more, playing correctly, I guess you could say. And whenever I say playing correctly, I don't mean, just going into a mission and starting the objective. I mean, like, you're actually going to have to plan and make sure that things are right before you actually start the OBJ. And, it'll be a little bit more fun because it'll change the play style of everybody whenever we're going to be running these missions. And, we'll see exactly how it works out when it comes, but hopefully in the future we are going to get some good stuff. This, of course, isn't really anything groundbreaking, but it'll definitely be something a little bit more entertaining than what we got now. But guys, that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly do appreciate it. That is it for this episode of Bonus News. I will be streaming today on twitch.tv starting at 6 p.m. I do believe, and we'll be checking out the shop reset. Not gonna be much today, but tomorrow we'll have some new content. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly do appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new around here, like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.